This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000. This is the Sports Den with Denny Thompson and James Coleman on 1010XL.
It's Petty Friday already, man. There's so much to get into today.
Yeah, it's a crazy day.
It's one of those days where it's like, I don't even know where to start. Hey, do we start with Zach Wilson? Do we start with the trades in the NFL? Do we start, where do you want to start?
Let's start with Zach Wilson because I believe that's what made the trades happen.
Well, the trade started before his pro day even started, though.
Well,
you think him?
I think it was one major move that happened that made those trades happen. Well, in my opinion, because if you think about Trevor Lawrence, right? What was the most iconic thing that happened at Trevor Lawrence's pro day?
Herbs.
Yeah. Herbs was clearly not there. Clearly defined who Jacksonville is going for. If there was any question, Chris Sims, anybody else had questions, it's clear exactly who Herbs is going for.
Herbs was snapping the ball to Trevor.
But did you notice who was in mass at this one?
Robert Saleh.
So, again, clear as day, okay, there's a chance that this is going to happen. San Francisco obviously saw that there's somebody that they want, and they got to go make it happen. They didn't go for 2. They went for 3, or they might have went for New York. And New York probably said something along the lines of...
I'm going to take back what I said earlier in the week. If you're New York, you got to take the kid. You got to take.
No, I'm saying, well, now, yeah. I think New York.
Because earlier I'd said they didn't keep Darnold. I'm doubling back. I was wrong. You got to take this kid.
I think New York probably said, if they didn't say it, it was kind of clear with the body language today. We're taking this is where we're going. The direction.
Well, so okay, let's get to Zach Wilson. Then I do have some thoughts on these trades because I do think there's so many angles to these trades that just made the next month in the NFL very entertaining. Zach Wilson absolutely crushed it today. And there's people that have been on Twitter talking about, yeah, but he's out there throwing on air.
That's everybody.
And he didn't do anything different than anybody else does. And,
I don't like that.
All this kind of stuff. So I'm going to put
hater. That's haterism.
Can I be very blunt on this? Is it okay?
I mean, that's why people listen to our show.
This is what I do for a living. Whatever you do for a living, you're an expert.
Are you being blunt or are you flexing on us? Which one is it?
No, I'm not even flexing. I'm telling people, there's somebody listening that is a banker, or there's somebody listening that is like a chef, or
0 bankers listen to this show.
That's not true. That is not true. I know that for a fact.
Chefs, definitely.
Yeah, we have chefs.
There's attorneys listening. We know that.
Yeah.
My attorney listens. Just so he knows if I say anything screwed up.
So, if I went on the social medias and I started talking about some food recipe, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about, but that chef is going to look at it and go, look, here's why it's good or here's why it's bad. He's going to list a million things that I never even thought of. Mm-hmm. Allow me to do that for you guys with Zach Wilson here. And it's not an attack on Jacksonville. Trevor's still the best quarterback coming out. Okay? He's still the best quarterback. Nobody's attacking. Trey Lance, I know. My bad. My bad, JJ. I know you're a pro Trey Lance.
No, I just know you're about to say something that's going to upset people.
No, I'm really not. What I'm saying is Trevor is far and away the best quarterback. When you take Trevor number 1, you don't think about anything. Here's the deal with Zach Wilson. He did things today that defy laws of throwing a football. It's this whole thing, and if I get too technical, I'm sorry, I apologize. But it's there's no other way to explain this. It's we all grew up, or at least I grew up, and you grew up too. Somebody taught you, James, that when you throw a football, it's you take your offhand and you rip it, and you get a ton of momentum, right? And it's rotational,
right?
And that arm comes around, and it's that's how you throw a football. It becomes very much a power thing. In the last 10 years, it's been proven that that's not necessarily true. There's still people teaching that, and they're teaching that because they're too damn lazy to actually follow science and learn something new. And so now it's if you really just think about it, if I'm throwing at you, why do I want everything going that way? It doesn't even make any sense. right? A buddy of mine, Will Hewlett, who trains with us, gives the best analogy. If I hand you a jar and I ask you to open it, you're not just going to take the top hand and spin it around. It's never going to open. It's just going to rotate. You're going to take your bottom hand, you're going to go opposite, or you're going to secure the base, and the pressure pops the jar. That's how we teach to throw now, right? Is your lower half and your upper half kind of work opposite, and your lower half kind of controls it, and then you control your front half, and you get that whip effect with your arm, like
That
pop,
makes sense.
right? So with all that being said, there were a couple of throws to where Zach is moving one way, he throws a dime, and his body just stops. Like he doesn't continue out of the throw. It's teaching tape good. It's amazing. The throw that I retweeted, which was the one where he's rolling left and he throws a 57 in the air, and the throw that Trevor Lawrence retweeted. What makes that? Trevor Lawrence did not do that in his pro day. I heard some people say, well, Trevor did the same thing. No, he did not. He did not. He did not do it. There's only one person I've seen do that, and that's Aaron Rodgers. I've never seen anybody else do it the way that it was just done. My man ripped his body open. He did not set up and throw, James. He kept moving, maintained balance and platform, and threw 60 yards in the air and controlled his body while doing it. That is a football move. Like your hips have to be so explosive. You have to have so much body control. As a trainer, back me up on this. The most under-talked about thing with parents and with athletes are hips.
Yes. You need those.
Yes, and everything you do just about.
The hips don't lie, as they say.
You know
Was
what?
it
Shakira
Shakira?
said that.
You know, I literally for like how long was I training? Like my 14-year career training, I used to always I use that. As the hips do not lie about the time.
Well, remember Dak's workout.
Yeah.
Zach Prescott's
Right, and it's still being done.
And
it had been-
Jameis's workout, actually.
Well, Jameis
Jameis is now with the same guy that Dak's with. He's
Jameis
getting
was
proper
more like
training.
Pops from like all the Friday movies when he would pretend like he was Spanish. Dax, I don't know if it does anything for your throwing, but I get
sequencing.
I get the sequencing,
Yeah.
then that activating,
Right.
like making you be more explosive. Like it's
So that's why everybody in the football world is blown away by Zach Wilson. It's not like there's a lot of guys that can throw it 60 yards. There's a lot of those guys. You can count on one hand the number of guys that can throw it 60 yards the way he just did it and made it look effortless. And that's what his film shows. That's why there was this sudden buildup with everybody about Zach Wilson this year, because you started seeing throws. And then even the underneath stuff, like he's ripping it and it's effortless and his feet don't have to be in perfect position. And he can make every throw, every arm angle, all that kind of stuff. And miss me, guys, with the but he's throwing on air, because he's done it when he's not on air. Like that's something you say to a 10-year-old. Once you've played a certain amount of football, then we can figure out you're not scared to play the game. And that's what people mean by that.
yeah,
Right.
Well, I mean, now there's one thing that I would like to see, but there's no way you're going to see it until he actually gets on the NFL team. A lot of those scrambles and a lot of things that he was able to do, he was doing it against. Like they showed a Texas State clip today, and I was like, okay, that was great, but could he do that against Texas A&M? That's the difference between him and Trevor. But that being said, the fact that he can do it is still impressive.
He may fall flat on his face in the NFL. I don't think he's going to, but he may.
I agree with what you're saying, and I to where that there is a skill set that is apparent that you can see that can translate. I just don't like, and we were talking about this on XL Primetime today, this is just media in America.
Speaking of flex, he's like, I was talking about this on my daytime show today.
Yeah, where I got Sundays and got fed.
Good job today, by the way.
Appreciate it. It's just a completely different show. Just
So
I
different.
don't know. Like even,
So much more serious.
Even JJ was different. I almost wanted to call him out.
Well, I don't talk,
but I couldn't call him out because I was different.
You were the new guy.
It was just like JJ, be you.
Conformed.
It's like JJ, be who you are.
When I was doing
Frankie's show, like people,
number one rule: don't be yourself on the show.
When I was doing Frankie's show, people would text me. It's like, why are you being somebody else? What do you want me to do? It's a whole different vibe. But go ahead, continue. I'm sorry.
It's Trevor by far is that guy. Because even the articles before we were reading, before we saw the blockbuster trade, nobody was saying trade scenarios for Zach Wilson. It was trade scenarios for the Jags because they knew who Trevor was. So we know you're lying, Chris Sims. We know all these guys are lying. But that doesn't make the other guys not good.
Right.
Like, why can't they just be good? Why can't we just say Zach Wilson, not Zach Smith. God, no. God, no, not Zach Smith. Zach Wilson does X, Y, and Z so great. It's amazing. He's going to be phenomenal for the Jets. What's wrong with that?
Right.
It's got to be, this is why you can't just give it to Trevor. We do. Herbs is sipping Mai Tais on Jack's Beach right now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You go and ask Herbs
really
who's
was
Zach
disrespectful
Wilson.
to not even show up.
Who's Zach
Wilson? He didn't even send our boy Ben Balky, dude.
Right.
He sent Cullen.
That's who was there, the DC?
Not
Bibble. Yeah.
Oh,
that would have been hilarious. He's like, I'm just here so I can learn how to defend against this guy. He sends
Cullen and Mike Perkins, the film guy, to just have a presence.
Funny, man. Like, he sent the DC.
He said Todd Wash.
Yeah, I was on. They're still paying me. They said I had to do something.
I had one last job left.
I said, "Do you want to get your last 2-week payment?" Or do you?
My folks live in Provo, so.
Oh man.
I mean, the last thing I'll say about from the technical perspective of this is like there's people I also saw on Twitter today talking about, well, his mechanics aren't good. Because it's something they weren't taught. And so I need to leave everybody with this nugget. Like, do me a favor and go back and watch Marino film, Jim Kelly film, Warren Moon film, Steve Young film, all that stuff. And then fast forward and watch Brady recently. You could even watch Brady at the beginning of his career and the end of his career. But watch Brady recently and Aaron Rodgers and Mahomes and all those guys. The way we were all taught isn't it anymore. Like, it's not what's taught. Like, we'll post stuff on social media and some old guy will comment, you need to make those kids hold that ball by their ear. Man, people ain't been holding the ball by their ear since the 80s. Like, there's science behind why the ball doesn't go up by your head. And if you got a kid or a grandkid who's training with somebody and teaching them to hold it up here by their head, fire them. You don't have to come hire me. I probably don't have room for you anyway, but fire them. All right? Like, it's just different. Like, if you want, the best example is, if you'll watch 30 years ago, guys were throwing and their back foot was exploding off the ground, right? And like you literally could see their back leg coming up. Now you watching that back leg just drags the ground. And it's what we were just talking about. Your hip is powering the throw. You're using torque instead of all of your weight and all of your motion going to the left when you're throwing straight. Like, it's just little things like that I sometimes just wish that people would go, you know what? I don't really know what I'm talking about. And here's a guy they're talking about is going to be the number 2 overall pick. Maybe I shouldn't criticize his mechanics. Like that, we're consistent with that. We don't talk about offensive linemen.
Right.
We know when we see one. Like when you saw Quentin Nelson, anybody knows.
I saw that the violence that was in that's I could comment on that.
Right.
Like that's what you want to see. Now, as far as I didn't know any other film. I just knew that piece. It's like that piece made me.
You watched 3 plays and it's like, yes.
Yeah, I want that.
Yes. Devin White. You know a lot about linebackers. You had to block them. But that was another one. You watch about 5 clips. And it's like, yeah, this is a dude. Right. But outside of that, I feel like I could accurately scout receivers and quarterbacks. Like if you hired me and said, I want you to scout receivers, I'd be okay. I could do that because it kind of ties together with what I do. Outside of that, I don't.
But even with
I know
that,
more than the average person, but I'm not an expert.
But even with that, would you know do you know the T step versus the click step?
I mean, I know most. No, I couldn't.
That's
coach
what I'm saying.
I couldn't coach it.
But again, so you couldn't tell somebody. When
I couldn't tell somebody wrong.
He had bad technique.
Right.
I just know. But we all, and most of us, we just know he shut that guy down.
Right. Correct.
I don't care. I just need to know. Like at a certain point, can you throw? Like people talked about Phillip Rivers' technique in the sidearm throw and what he wasn't going to be able to do, and I had to tell people, like my friends and family, and obviously because this is before social media got big. I said I just went into like triple overtime with this guy.
He's all they had.
Like,
well, no, they had a pretty good team.
They had the running back was good. They had Jericho Cotchery that ended up going with the Jets. But it does not get
he was
twisted.
A dog.
He was the offense for the most part. He made it go.
Yeah. Every
time we drove down and scored, and I'm like, whew, all right, this game is over. And that defense was the number one. I think they ended up being the number 1 defense in the nation that year. Like, and he shredded them. It's
Mhm.
like, I don't care how he throws it. That you want that guy. I guess so. I understood.
Well, you
those
remember,
things.
you guys remember a couple years ago when Blake Bortles said, "I'm not a natural thrower,"
Mhm.
and everybody lost their mind. Like, oh, how can you say that? How can he's not? Phillip Rivers is not. Like you can overcome that, but the odds are much higher of you being a high level quarterback if you're Zach Wilson, Trevor Lawrence, and you are a natural thrower. You know what I mean? Like we talk about we want these guys to be honest, and then somebody's honest, and because you don't really know what you're looking at, you say, "Oh, wait, I don't want to hear that." Well, he was right. He's not a natural thrower. These guys are. Arm talent is a made up term. Like it's one of those you know it when you see it type of terms. Zach Wilson, Trevor Lawrence have so much more than arm talent. It's body control, it's hip explosion, it's all the things that you need to play at a different level than even a guy drafted in the second round. That's just trust me on this. Trevor Lawrence QB1, Zach Wilson QB2, wide gap, and then in some order, Trey Lance, Mac Jones, Justin Fields.
You think you could say that? You could have said that for sure with Justin Fields before seeing his pro day.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. And I've seen a lot of clips from what his training because he's training the same place Zach Wilson.
What's your boy Zach's floor though? Like, is his floor really low? Like, if you miss, you really can miss with this guy.
You just hit the nail on the head in the difference in Zach and Trevor. Their ceilings are probably the same, right? Their floor, Trevor's floor is very, very high. Zach Wilson's floor could be super low, like super low,
like real bust potential.
Oh, 4 years out of the league. Like that's the downside to Zach Wilson. Trevor Lawrence is going to be in the league. Like if you made me bet, I'd be like, oh, he'll be a 12-year vet at minimum, assuming he doesn't get hurt. You could tell me that Zach Wilson is a first ballot Hall of Famer in 20 years, or you could tell me that Zach Wilson was out of the league in 4 years, and I would believe either story. But he's fun as hell to watch. I will say that. Let's get to the NFL trades, a ton of trades. What do they mean? What exactly is San Fran up to? We'll get to all of that coming up next.
Sometimes it's larger than life.
What do they got in there, King Kong?
1010 XL. Extra large radio.
Is there anything else you want to show me?
Investing your money can be confusing. In Jacksonville, Lou Bodie of Capital Financial Strategies is an investment specialist and senior financial advisor for over 20 years. His practice is centered on financial planning and education for his clients, including strategies on investments and retirement planning. Contact Lou Bodie today at 904-626-7995. Securities and investment advisory services offered through Securian Financial Services, Incorporated. Member, FINRA/SIPC 3396725, DOFU 0121.
Hi, Lou here from Espada Agency Farmers Insurance. Have your homeowners and renters insurance premiums seen an increase? If so, the Espada Agency not only represents farmers insurance, but we also offer other carriers to be able to compare your current program. So stop by the office at 7880 Gate Parkway, directly across the street from IKEA, or call the Espada Agency at 376-7333. 376-7333.
In 1921, U.S. Marine Corps surgeon Dr. Robert McKeever established the first urologic practice in Florida, the McKeever Clinic. I'm Dr. West. 100 years later, we continue to carry on his life's work in providing complete urologic care in Jacksonville. We have 13 board-certified urologists with many areas of expertise to provide the highest level of care for both men and women. Visit McKeeverClinic.com to learn more about how we can help. McKeever Clinic, innovators in urologic care since 1921.
Are you suffering from shoulder pain? If you have clicking and popping in the shoulder joint, persistent pain that intensifies with use, an inability to lift your arm over your head, or a tingling, burning sensation in the shoulder, elbow, or wrist, waiting to see a doctor could make your injury worse. Baptist Health and Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute have innovative and effective treatment options available right now to relieve your pain and restore your mobility. Don't wait. Call 904-JOI-2000.
If you're a skilled plumber and you're looking for a career that provides competitive pay and great benefits at no cost to you, Local 234 Plumbers, Pipe Fitters, and HVAC Technicians is looking for you now. Just being a part of Local 234 means that you're joining an organization with thousands of members that have the same goal as you, to get the job done right. Visit ua234.com to send your resume today. Local 234, make the right connection.
Jimerson Burr is a full-service, Florida-based commercial law firm that has experience and capabilities to handle any legal issue a business is confronted with. Learn more about what they can do for you at jimersonfirm.com.
Tommy Mack is back.
I have a crazy idea.
Tom has a crazy idea. Tom McManus.
From the Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute studios.
Fridays on Jaguars Today.
Brought to you by
McGowan's, the official heating and air conditioning partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Looking to be your own boss in a proven business model? Like construction and working outdoors. Superior Fence and Rail is franchising in new markets all over the Southeast, from Birmingham to Savannah, and even a few more markets in Florida. Come win with us and redefine the fence industry. So get off the fence and call Superior Fence and Rail to learn more about starting a fence franchise today.
When you're on the fence, about a fence, SuperiorFenceandRail.com.
Tired of the same chain lunch spots? Hi, it's Arena with Halas, where we have served Jacksonville since 1974 with fresh eats from the Mideast and Mediterranean. We have the remedy to your lunchtime blues. Shawarma, kibbeh, grape leaves, and our famous pita riders offer a healthy take on lunch. Be sure to stop by our market where you can find groceries from all over the world and the best pita in town, baked right here in-house. When life hands you chickpeas, make hummus. Come see us at Halas at 4323 University Boulevard South.
It's the light at the end of the tunnel LASIK special. This is Joe C. for Dr. Snipper in the Jacksonville Eye Center. Dr. Snipper can't take your mask off, but he can take your glasses off. And boy, now is the time. All 1010XL listeners, listen, 30% off LASIK simply by mentioning my name, Joe C. All you got to do is give him a call, 355-5555. Call Dr. Snipper today and save 30% off LASIK. Dr. Snipper can deliver. Call 355-5555 for the Jacksonville Eye Center.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000.
No fighting. Shakira.
I never really knew that she could dance like this. She make a man wanna speak Spanish.
You're listening to the Sports Den on 1010XL.
Cause it's Friday, you ain't got no job, and you ain't got to do.
Two things I gotta come in saying. One, all right, MySpace throwback. This was TJ's song.
Oh, when you went to her page.
Yeah, and I was looking at the pics, and I was like, huh, all right. Hey, I'm interested. Interest is peaked. Two, if I have a kid that's coming up, I may or may not train him when it gets time to it. I may send that off. I don't know. I'm going to do my research of how I feel. But if I send my kid to you and I see my kid with the dog pound chain, the heavy pit bull chain on his neck,
yes,
a stretch band that he's doing push-ups on with his foot on a plyo ball, I'm coming to your place with a Glock 40.
Even worse, you're making my son wear a visor.
Yeah, while wearing a visor? What is this?
I'm bringing Marshawn Lattimore. We are coming to your spot.
So this is Derrick Henry. This is Pro Football or at PFF_fantasy retweeted it. But Derrick Henry is doing that workout that James just described, and they say Derrick Henry is running for 3,000 yards next year.
That's
and Bobby Ramsey retweeted it and said, "Can't say we did that one at Yulee."
Right. And
Bobby Ramsey knows better.
Like Bobby's looking at that like, yeah. But see, even Bobby would tell you like that kid, like it's not fair to use that guy when you're trying to promote videos.
The public service announcement you're trying to make is if you see that this weekend, don't go try it.
Yeah, don't try it.
You're gonna be out for at least 6 weeks if you even attempt that.
Like it's like the thing that went viral a couple weeks ago with Derrick, with him on the stability pad, and somebody running up and him stiff arming him like that. That's not why his stiff arm is effective. I can promise you that. His stiff arm is effective, just like what we were talking about before. He could probably hang clean or power clean a house.
Derrick reminds me of the same thing. I Am Athlete had Dwayne Wade on this week. And they asked Dwayne Wade about what makes LeBron so special. And the same thing with Derek. LeBron Wade's like, God gave him every attribute you need. You can train all you want to. You're not doing what he does.
I am not 100% sure he's human.
Right.
He might be an alien.
I think this recent injury was just a cover up to be like.
Oh, I was
because
talking
he
about Derek,
came
but
ba-
LeBron.
oh.
I was talking about Derek, but yeah,
But LeBron's the same way.
Because LeBron came back and hit a 3, and they were like, "That's not part of the plan. You're showing too much." Like, no, you have to act like you're hurt. He's like, "All right, I'll go to the locker room," because he came back immediately after that high ankle sprain, hit a 3, and then left.
Well, it's funny. I appreciate Dwayne Wade for what he said because most people wouldn't say that. They'll talk about his work ethic.
Oh, first one in, last one.
Yeah, and all that kind of stuff. And Dwayne Wade was like, "Look, if I rolled my ankle, I was out 3 weeks. I saw LeBron roll his ankle in the first quarter and go for 20 in the fourth."
Right. And some people are. It doesn't mean he doesn't work hard. Like I've actually, when I was training, when I just got done, right, and I was training at the facility used to be GIS, so you can still see the build out for the center that I was in. I'm doing my skips for height, and man, during them days, I did them power skips and I did them skips for distance. Woof, it was a show. I knew it. I got way up there, and I lost my depth perception, and I literally came down on my ankle. You heard a
like
pop.
sideways. Yeah.
Like I was in. All of us were like, "Yeah, that's not good. He probably broke it." Everybody was concerned. I got up. It was like it hurt a little bit. Walked it off. I didn't do any more training, but like I'd never had to go get a cast, and I've had all kinds of
Didn't have
stuff.
to go to Alabama to get.
Yeah, didn't have to go get the
tightrope.
tightrope or anything like that. But I'm not comparing myself to LeBron by any means. But I'm just
I
saying
think you
some
are.
people.
That's how I took it.
Now some people have.
You want to start calling you the king?
Nah, because I can't live up to that those expectations. But some people can recover. That I have a teammate that I actually want to, a former teammate, Matt Monrod, against Miami in 2004. Chris Ricks gets blasted. Ends up bruising
What a shocker.
Ends up bruising his ribs. On that same play, he tears his ACL. Everybody goes to Chris. And oh my God, all the trainers are at Chris. Monrod is on the ground. Nobody comes to get him. So what does he have to do? Picks himself up, and walks off with the torn ACL.
That's embarrassing, man.
But what I'm saying is like all these other people that I've seen, that's like like it looked like somebody shot him.
Let's get to the trades.
Okay.
So Miami today
said they got time.
Yeah. So started off, if I have this backwards, y'all tell me. I don't think I did. No, okay. So Miami started off trading the number 3 overall pick to San Francisco for the number 12 overall pick, a 2022 first rounder, a 2022 third rounder, and a 2023 first rounder. So
that was the one that was reported first.
Right. Well, they had to be the first one because they couldn't have done that
without doing
the second one. Because then they turned around and then they traded the number 12 overall pick and their 4th round pick for a 2022 first round pick to Philadelphia, and a 22 first round pick to Philadelphia for number 6 and a 5th round pick. So they moved back 9, moved up 6 within what seemed like 15 minutes of each other. I'm sure it wasn't, but they had a plan, is the point going in. So a couple of like bullet points with this. I don't believe that this takes Miami out of the quarterback market. Everybody's saying, well, now they're married to Tua. Not really. I mean, because now Miami has extra first-round picks. They have more firepower, and they're not sitting there at number 3, which means you got to get a lot to move out of 3, right? So now all of a sudden, let's just hypothetically say Deshaun's not as valuable as he was.
Right. Yeah.
A few weeks ago.
Yeah.
So what maybe would have taken a number 3 to get Deshaun before, you certainly can get with a number 12.
I disagree. Even the low that Deshaun is at right now, they're not going to get him with a 12.
Bro, he may not play next year.
I don't think they. I know the NFL doesn't, just like civil court doesn't need anything, like doesn't need a lot. And then the numbers
it's basically whatever Goodell decides. So
yeah,
yes.
but today the non-disclosure, that attorney released a non-disclosure agreement, and like a lot of this stuff, like talking to like my sister and some other, like this might get thrown out. Like this is a crappy lawyer that these girls have.
Oh, I'm sure it does get.
But what I'm saying, like the only thing that we've learned, like I keep saying, is that Deshaun is a sexual deviant. Like, but if he could throw for 4,000 yards, they're gonna look the other way. He'll get some jokes and some sneers. He's just never gonna get another endorsement deal again.
James, we always talk about these teams putting a value on you.
Right.
Deshaun's value is less than it was.
No, way less. But like, if you're telling me a 12th, I can give you a 12th pick, a 12th round pick for him.
No, not 12th round.
I meant 12th overall pick for him. I don't like how many 12th overall picks have failed in the last 5 years.
I'm not saying that that's what they can do. I'm just saying he's worth less. I'm saying that
he's worth, like before he was worth up in this area,
3
like,
and more.
Yeah, but now it's like, hey, here's a 12th. Be thankful. Before it was like,
you know what?
12,
give us a pick too.
Yeah, it'll be like a 12
and a pick.
It'll be a 12. You're 22. You're 23. But like now it's like, so, you know what? Because you're poor, I'll give you a 7. Don't ask for anything else. Bums. Like just
but my whole point is I don't think it takes Miami complete. I'm not like I used Deshaun as an example.
No, I got
you.
But
what about from drafting another quarterback?
Yeah, I was gonna get there, but here's the other thing. Remember they've got a 22 first round, so now they've got 2 22 first rounds. They have additional 3rd round picks. Like you may be able to go get. I know they just traded with San Francisco, but it's the first thing that comes to my mind. Jimmy Garoppolo for your 3rd and the next year's 4th. Like you gave yourself more tradable options to go get another quarterback than saying we're going to give up the farm for the quarterback.
I don't know, man. I think they're going to just try to put some pieces
around Tua
and say, take us to the promised land, which is a lot. I don't, you know how I feel about Tua.
So the real question, though, what'd you say?
Give him a chance.
Oh, I'm giving him a chance. I mean,
I'm not.
I don't have that power to not give him a chance.
Yeah, I don't really care. It's not my team. I don't have to cover
I'm just speaking to everyone and the Dolphins if they're listening.
It's like the way you said that. It's like let him live.
Yeah, come on, guys.
Give him another day.
Like, is Laramie?
People don't want no trouble.
If it works, man. Is Laramie Tunsil the greatest Dolphin of all time?
Ever.
4 first-round picks?
Ever.
And 2 second-round picks?
Yes. Without a shadow of a doubt. It's like you can make the argument the best player in the history of the Jags franchise is Rob Johnson.
Oh.
Because that's what got you Fred Taylor.
So should the Dolphins
retire his number?
I was going to say Frank Gore.
No, I was going to say give Laramie Tunsil's stepfather a name in the Ring of Honor, because had he not put the gas mask up,
they would have never had.
They would have never gotten him, and then thus they would have never had.
Wait, his stepdad did that?
Because he whooped his stepdad's.
Oh,
ass.
okay.
Like he beat, because I guess allegedly the stepfather and his mother had some issues.
Did you see the father-son shootout in Georgia?
No.
Oh.
Wait a minute, against each other?
Yes, in the front yard on video.
What is up with this MFCK?
You started something.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say this is what
all
happened in
James'
Jacksonville.
fault.
But it is a Jacksonville type story.
Yeah, man, this is the Wild West. Like, what the?
So now, what does San Francisco do at 3?
They have to get a quarterback.
They're going to take Trey Lance.
So I'm not saying this is what. Wow. Sorry, 699. He says, y'all crazy as hell if you think you can get Deshaun for anything less than 3 first-rounders. Then call me crazy.
You're crazy.
You ain't getting Deshaun. You
Like,
don't have to
nobody
give up
wants
3
that.
first-rounders for Deshaun.
You know what? You know what you are? You're the ugly woman that always has standards. How dare you come to me saying I gotta make 6 figures, have abs, have a chiseled chest, and no kids and good credit when you got 2 teeth?
All those
edge that starts in the middle of your head. 1 leg. All these different things, man. No, you be happy what you get. That's what the Texans is. Nobody, he's good, but he's got a big contract.
He's damaged.
He's got damaged goods. Every day, another person comes out against him. Next is going to be men that are going to be coming out of the woodwork.
You could be trading for Bill Cosby.
Facts. Like, that's the thing. You could be trading. Thank you. You could be trading for Jell-O pudding pops and Coke.
And
Like,
he
and
went
not
4
even
and
know
12 last year. On top of that,
and not even know if he's gonna
That may
play.
be the best point.
Why would I give 3 first-round picks for a guy who might not play? I don't agree with it, but that is a point. Roger Goodell could say this guy is a deviant and does not deserve to be in the league.
We're gonna set it. We're gonna protect the shield. We're gonna set an example. Like it. Yeah, anyway,
3 first-round picks are crazy.
Anyway, San Fran. I'm not saying this is what they're gonna do, but back me up on this. In December, I told you that I was being told that San Fran was like obsessed with Mac Jones.
Yeah.
Like, and that was like the words that were given to me was they were obsessed with Mac Jones. And they run West Coast. Now, the best West Coast passer outside of Trevor Lawrence. Whenever I say this, just y'all know Trevor Lawrence is already here, so I'm counting him out. Would be Zach Wilson, Mac Jones. They ain't getting Zach Wilson. He's going 2. Could Mac go 3?
I'll put it like this.
You using 3 for Trey Lance?
Was it last year? Or was it no? So 2 years ago, I threw on my gray suit with a little bit of purple.
Mm-hmm.
I went out to Alpha Beach Boulevard. It was with Chris and T-Wig. We were doing a draft special.
Mm.
We were talking about things.
You remember the suit you wore?
Yeah.
Okay.
And we were talking about things with the Jags. The only reason I remember this is because we were still outside. So
Okay.
like this was a cool moment for me.
Okay.
And also the world, the universe was coming in alignment. I thought good things were happening for the Jags. I looked too good to go home, so I had to drive. And then I knew we had to. Wait a minute, yeah, we were going on radio. So like, I think we were going on. Yeah, anyways, whatever. I looked too good to go home, so I drove to Aromas.
Okay.
I was having a cigar and I'm watching, and then it came to the Oakland Raiders, and they made a pick that nobody thought that they would make.
Okay.
And it threw everything off.
Threw everybody
Then
for a loop.
we were blessed to get
Josh Allen.
Josh Allen. This happens every year. Somebody gets drafted that nobody thinks like they have a good grade. I think this was one
Daniel
of the worst.
Jones?
This is one of the worst. Not worst. It was a good Clemson D lineman. It was the one that looked to do the popping and
It's
stuff.
Farrell, right?
Was it? Yeah. Anyways, it was one that they thought if you had to grade all 4, he was the number 4.
Mm-hmm.
But they liked him and they picked him up. So like for somebody to fall in love with Mac and believe that he gives them the best opportunity to win, I'm not. I don't think that's crazy.
But they traded from 12, right? So if that's the case, then what must be happening at the NFL levels, Mac must be trending up, like way up. Because I would have told you that they could get Mac at 12. Or they want Justin. I can't.
That's what I'm saying. It's one of. I think it's either Justin, or I'm listening to what you're saying about Mac because I think the first 2 picks are guaranteed now, and I think that's where they were like, wait a minute. If
we sit at 12 and somebody takes one of them that may leave us with Trey Lance, it may not. Maybe the first 5 players.
And we're not interested in this guy. This guy fits us. I'm only saying Mac because of what you told me.
Right.
Justin Fields makes the most sense at that spot. If you're going by what the hype and what people have been talking about. Like you're not getting Justin Fields at 12 unless something really, really bad happens. But who knows? They could trade up to get Sewell.
I know.
Everything's gone.
People don't like pro days. And by the way, Mac's doing a second one. Mac's doing a pro day again on Tuesday.
That's the Alabama number 2, right?
Yeah.
Why is he doing another one?
I don't know. I know everybody don't, but boy, there's some pressure on Justin Fields on Tuesday
to perform. Yeah, he's got to do.
Because everybody that's gone before him
has done well. They've got rave reviews.
That's why I think it is actually going to work out for him because everybody remembers the last guy. You know, so it's like when Trevor had his pro day, it was the best.
I think this.
And then when Trey Lance had his, he looked the best. And today, Wilson looked the best. So of course, Fields is going to look the best.
Here's where Fields can do something to separate himself, where you've been known to say you shouldn't do this.
Yeah, I already know you're
do it shirtless.
And I
definitely should do it shirtless. If you've been working out, your pro day should not have a shirt. Like go to Greg Jones style. If he's able to run this 40 that everybody's been rumored that he runs, and he goes out there and puts that number up,
goes 4.39,
goes 4.39, does the vertical jump, explosive, all these things, and then goes out and puts up a display with his arm. That's a body of work that
it's hard to walk.
Somebody's going to be like, wait a minute. Ooh,
I agree.
We got Michael Vick Jr. here.
I agree.
Even if he's not Michael Vick.
Because the rumor is right now, JJ, that he has run multiple 4.41s.
I always thought from the very few games of Fields that I've watched that he was a little chubby guy.
Oh, no.
Okay.
No, he's put together. Yeah, that's the rumor. That
or
he's
maybe
run
like
multiple
round
4.41s. So he claims he can go sub 4.4. I agree with you. Like, nobody's talking about moving him to receiver. Like, I agree with you. If that could separate him. But the great thing about being a Jag fan, we ain't got to worry about all this stuff. We got our guy. Let me ask you this: does Urban show up for his out of respect? Justin Fields, because at Ohio State,
he might show up because there's some other cats that he might be interested in.
Because he's from Ohio State.
Right.
Like, he didn't recruit him because he went to Georgia, and Urban was already gone. Didn't technically coach him, but when Justin Fields was looking at transferring, he was sitting with Urban at the basketball game.
Right.
So, I mean,
Urban was a professor, so he might have took his class. So he's got to come up and see his own.
Herb's got boys there still at Ohio.
He's got to go see. He's got to go see. He got to see his protege at least. This is a good time to go on somebody else's dime.
Well, his protege is Zach Smith.
Well, he won't be there.
Yeah,
he's not allowed on the grounds. But if you're a Jag fan, should you read into the fact that if he does go, that he's there? No, I don't think so either.
No. Like I said, there's other guys that he may want to get with the 25th pick. We got a little local flavor that we might want to get.
What about Sermon? Is he draft eligible?
From there?
I mean, Sermon is draft eligible.
The running back?
Yes.
No, take him late.
We're not getting it.
Yeah.
He's not.
Boy, that was one of the greatest halves of football I've ever seen in my life.
The best.
Yeah, like that's worse than what some of these people like hyping up one. Like, nah, like he's not like the other guy.
I didn't even know who the dude was.
The other guy started most of the year.
Like what he did, like he came in and he did ball out, but I didn't know who he was before that.
I was really questioning my fanhood of football at all when I saw this dude running like he was Ricky Williams. I'm like, who is this?
That's what's great about college football. Some random kids just pop up and own everyone.
And I haven't heard a thing about him since.
Well, that was the semifinal.
I know, but have you heard anything about him through draft, though, is what I'm saying.
You don't hear anything about any running backs, dude.
ETN.
What have you heard about him?
We didn't hear anything about him until his pro day.
That's true.
Like, dude, that position's dead.
Yeah.
Receiver kind of is turning into that.
By the way,
if you look at free agency.
Speaking of, did y'all see that joker from Ole Miss, the receiver, yesterday?
Can't say I did.
Huh.
Yeah, the 5'8" jumped to 4. You know something that's bothering me right now?
Go ahead.
Just throw away the 40s. Actually,
they're fake.
Just
pro day 40s.
Yeah,
are fake.
just look at like you're right, but like with nothing to compare him to an Indy, I'll give Indy that. That laser timer definitely gave us something.
It's consistent.
Yeah, like
everybody's either running faster.
So this guy ran a 4.34.
Everybody's doing John Ross numbers right now.
Yeah.
Like that's not like that ain't how this works. I can see John Ross built type guys, but 260-pound guys ain't that many guys running 4.39s. That's one thing. Number two, like you could just watching them run. Like, was it Pat Surtain Jr., right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm watching him run a 4.41, I believe. Now, I believe that 4.41. It looked good. He was above the surface. He was relaxed. Boy, been working out, been training. I go and look at these Penn State kids. There is nothing that looks anywhere similar to what they're doing. It's the same, and I thought it was the angle, but it's the exact same angle. I'm looking at both of them down the pipe, and nothing looks good about it. Not saying they don't run it. I'm just saying somebody lying. Everybody ain't fast.
I got to tell you, Elijah Moore's looked legit.
No, I'm not.
I know, but did you see it?
But I've heard about Elijah Moore. That's Elijah Moore's game is explosive. Yeah. So you telling me he runs that doesn't throw me off.
What's more impressive? He's 178 pounds. Is it more impressive that he ran 4.32 or that he repped the bench out 17 times?
4.32. I don't give a damn what they bench press, man.
I'm just saying more impressive physical feat.
Yeah, but I'm just I mean, that's cool that he did it. They've got
17 reps at 178
reps
pounds.
Is a lot. That's solid. That's solid.
I mean, forget that he's football. Just if you saw that dude in the gym
And I saw
at
him
178 pounds and he's pumping out 17 to 225.
We had that convo today too earlier. Like, Leon, was it Leon said he can do 20?
Yeah, right now.
I believe that.
Oh, absolutely.
I
wouldn't bet against him.
I'm not
Packer
going
said
over.
he could do 3.
I'm
but
not
he's
going
walked
over
it back.
50. I'm not going over 50.
Wait, hold.
Yeah, he
Rewind.
walked it back.
Oh, okay. I was about to.
But
I was
he
gonna say-
did say 3, and he stood by that for about a day.
I was gonna say I'm not a gambling man, but I'll put everything on it.
Everything.
I'm just not. Like, I'm just not doing more than 15. Like I might be able to do more, but like my wrist, my shoulder, I ain't got no.
It's
I
my
ain't got nothing
shoulder.
to prove.
I could go 6. But see, here's the thing. I'm going to get just enough to where I don't have to get that strain, because that strain is where things get hurt for me. So once I feel the smallest little tugging, it's racked.
I'm done.
It's out. All right, let's take a break. What we got? We still got. Oh, Marshawn Lattimore.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Petty Friday.
Mhm.
Brought to you by ABC Fine Wine and Spirits. We'll be right back.
March Madness 1010XL brings you Jacksonville's most play-by-play coverage.
It's the Sweet 16, all day Saturday and Sunday, starting at 2.
For play-by-play, it's 1010XL.
It's a new year and time for a new Buick from Key Buick GMC. Right now, receive 0% financing plus $750 loyalty dollars for up to 72 months on Buick Encores, Envisions, and Enclaves. Or save up to $8,000 on select Buicks in stock. Whenever you purchase a brand new Buick or GMC from Key, it always comes with the lifetime powertrain warranty. Key Buick GMC, across the street from Tinseltown, Southside and Gates.
After a car accident, you can feel like you've lost control. I'm Glenn Levine from the law offices of Anajar & Levine. Our team can help you understand your legal options after an accident. We will file your claim and fight for the full compensation you deserve. If you've been involved in a car accident, call the law offices of Anajar & Levine at 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000 for a free consultation. And take back control of your life. Office in Jacksonville.
Hey, how about happy hour again at Mr. Chubby's Wings? Mr. Chubby's? Don't they have a brand new location?
Heck yes. They just opened a 3rd location in Ponte Vedra, and they still have our favorite happy hour prices.
Wow, can't beat those prices. So yeah, let's chub it up again in Ponte Vedra.
See all their specials at MrChubby'sWings.com. Locations on Fleming Island, the West Side, and now Ponte Vedra Beach. Mr. Chubby's Wings, before the game, after the game, and during the game.
Baloo here for John's Auto. They've been around since 1985. Jax has trusted John's Auto, whether you need routine maintenance or an engine overhaul. John's Auto, they can do it all. We service all makes and models of cars and trucks, and even work on diesels. I've been visiting them since I returned to Jacksonville in 2006. Check them out today. John's Auto on Arlington Road, 904-743-3857.
The fastest growing air conditioning company in town is now hiring AC installers and AC service technicians. Pickett here, and Bueller Air is hiring right now. If you or someone you know is looking for a new career with a wonderful company, apply now. Top of the industry pay, full benefits. I'm talking real opportunity to grow from within because they are growing like crazy. Call them now. They're ready to set up your confidential interview. Now hiring AC installers and technicians. Join the best at Bueller Air and stay cooler with Bueller.
Bueller Air, stay cooler with Bueller.
Hey sports fans, this is Hayes Carlion from MyBookie.ag. March is here and the madness has officially begun. It's time for you to shoot your shot and score big on the nonstop action with MyBookie. I hope you guys are participating in the MyBookie bracket contest with cash prizes of $10,000, $25,000, and more. It doesn't matter whether you're filling out multiple brackets, betting the national championship winner, or simply looking for player and game props. MyBookie has you covered. Sign up today at mybookie.ag and use promo code 1010 to secure a deposit bonus up to $1,000. That's promo code 1010 to claim your first deposit bonus. College ball, NBA, and NHL. No matter the sport, no matter the minute, MyBookie puts the action in your hands with in-game live betting. And with choice from thousands of lines and odds, you can turn any game day into payday. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere with MyBookie.
Hey, this is Coach Driscoll from UNF Men's Basketball. Our athletic department uses Southeast orthopedic specialists for our student athletes. If you want your kids to be treated like the pros, we highly recommend Southeast Orthopedic Specialists. Swoop!
This is Dr. Kevin Murphy with Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, where athletes are treated like pros.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
You'll hear Pete Prisco, senior NFL writer for CBS Sports, every Friday on The Frangie Show, brought to you by Showtime, Sports Cards and Collectibles.
Hi, I'm professional golfer Russell Knox, and when it came time for me to purchase my home, I was looking for professionals to guide me through the buying process, and I chose Exit Real Estate Gallery. The professionals were enjoyable to work with and made all the transactions very easy, and I would definitely recommend using Exit Real Estate Gallery to purchase your home.
Thanks, Russell. If you're looking to buy or sell your one stop in Jacksonville, Exit Real Estate Gallery. Go online right now at propertyinjax.com.
Ocean Reef Pets now has a showroom that can actually show you how to build your own saltwater ecosystem. Tanks of all sizes on display to give you the ideas needed to build your own tank. Come sip a brew and learn from the best in the business. Ocean Reef Pets in Neptune Beach.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000. You're listening to the Sports Den on 1010XL.
Because it's Friday, you ain't got no job, and you ain't got to do.
It is the Sports Den brought to you by thehumidor.com. Make sure you get to thehumidor.com for your cigar needs. Type in Sports Den when you check out, all lowercase, all one word, and you'll get 20% off. Might as well do it. It's Friday afternoon. You'll have it by what, Tuesday? Wednesday?
Yeah.
Be all set for the next week. I hate how the NCAA tournament's doing things, by the way. We should be watching games tonight, tomorrow, or last night, tonight, tomorrow, and Sunday. It's the way it should be going on. We got these kids that sit in hotel rooms. They ain't got to travel. What are we doing?
That's actually a good point.
What's the reasoning behind this?
Maybe they just kids want to skip school.
I think it's probably TV stuff.
It has to be.
It's always money.
Yeah.
By the way, we have a new signing in the NFL. They say Lamar Jackson doesn't have weapons. Well, that's changed. They're bringing in Sammy Watkins.
Really?
I mean, of course he only plays about one game a year, but for that one game, he's going to score like 3 touchdowns.
The A.J. Boye killer, Sammy Watkins.
1-year deal, of course. Just like every single deal this offseason.
I think a lot of guys are signing that because next year is going to bump everything back up.
Probably.
Yeah.
But I also think a guy like him wasn't offered.
I think if Sammy Watkins was offered 3 years, he'd have taken it.
Absolutely.
I'm with you. I don't think he had much of a choice.
Sammy,
some guys, probably.
We're going to give you a 6-week contract.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
We play AJ Boye twice. You're playing those two. Tell me what happened with Marshawn Lattimore now.
A felony for having a stolen handgun.
Dang it, Marshawn.
He should be straight, honestly.
Saints.
Why did he steal a handgun?
He didn't steal a handgun. He didn't. Okay.
Was possessing a loaded handgun.
Steal a handgun. I should get that straight. He didn't steal the handgun. He was in possession of a stolen handgun. Totally different.
Well, how do you know he didn't steal it?
I just feel like an NFL player probably. I guess I'm assuming he didn't steal a handgun.
So he was holding a gun that was somebody else's. That was reported stolen.
That was loaded. Yeah.
So, but he doesn't have a concealed or a permit.
Here's what it says. It says Marshawn Lattimore was arrested Thursday night in his hometown of Cleveland.
Or maybe they're not allowed to have one there. I'm not sure.
Right, for possessing a loaded handgun that was believed to be stolen. Yeah, Ohio's
open carry. That's what I don't. Yeah.
One man, he was with 3 other people. See, always have a fall guy, man. Chris Carter tried to tell y'all kids that.
People were trying to bash him.
One man was arrested under suspicion of handling a gun in the car, and the other 2 arrested on suspicion of having weapons under disability, per the report, meaning that they possessed a gun with a felony record.
Oh.
So
the
he was in
driver
a
was
car.
also cited with driving with broken taillights.
So he was in a car.
He was a passenger.
He was a passenger, and they
none
got
of them wanted
everybody.
to snitch on each other.
He was arrested on charges of carrying a concealed weapons, failure to notify, and for receiving
this is
stolen
the deal.
property.
They got everybody.
Listen, that's been happening for years, for decades. It's happened since the beginning of time. Listen, that's why you have a friend that's willing to take the charges. Like,
So
you're
you're saying
really in the
somebody should
car
have
with
been
3
somebody.
guys, and none of those guys is willing to take that. Listen, you're all going to get charged for it. So how about you take it and I don't? Because
Yeah,
I'm a millionaire and I take care of you. That's how it works.
That's terrible.
This is a
that those
disgrace.
people, like, this is.
So there were 4 people in the car?
Yeah.
You're right. Somebody should have looked at him and said, yo, hand me that.
This is mine.
My biggest problem with a lot of these kids and wanting to be around their friends, and I'm not the one to tell you that you got to ditch your whole life. I've got good friends that are still that may or may not be. I don't know what they do. They know not to bring that stuff around me. That's all I know. But
I put it like this. I get it.
They're not gonna let me go to jail.
Mm-hmm.
Like, man, I know I want to make sure that they're squared away. It's always been like that. If you don't have friends like that, and you don't know without a shadow of a doubt, like you can't, like let's say it's a 16-year-old that's listening to us. That's one of the people. If your friends are all the people that Mad Dads complains about, and you know that they're not of good character, like that's good character to me. Like if you know that they're gonna take everybody down with them, then you really got to separate yourself.
I'm not offended or like that people have guns.
I have a question.
Everyone in this country should have a gun, as far as I'm concerned.
Let's say you and I don't know, Malik are riding around, get pulled over. Malik's like, yo, I got it.
Malik Jackson?
No, I'm just trying to
Just
think
say
of
a
somebody.
random person. Yeah.
Oh, flip flop.
That's
Flip.
wealthier.
Yeah,
That's wealthier, more high profile. He's like, yo, I got it.
Well,
Yo,
here's
I'm
the
not
thing.
supposed- Are you taking it?
Let me time out. Let me preface
That's
this.
different.
Like if
We're on the
hold on,
level
hold on.
playing field
Hold
and we're
on.
just friends?
No. He's higher profile.
No, this is here's the thing. If I'm not gonna judge you how you make your living. You chose to do this kind of activity.
If you're living in the street,
I chose,
Jackson,
but what I'm saying, I chose to run and hit people or talk on radio. I didn't choose the gang banging life. I listened to Smokey.
But you were just saying that's high
But
character.
no, but what I'm saying is like
They're
right
living
now
that
he's
life.
with friends who are living that life.
So they should be
make
willing
that
to
choice.
keep living that life
Now,
in a jail
if
cell.
it's
That's how it works.
If
when you
it's
live that
4
life.
football players in the car, then the person, dog, I'm snitching.
Every man for himself.
Whoever was the idiot that didn't go get a real gun,
From a store?
Officer, it's him. But now, if it's me, okay, Malik, Dredd, and Day-Day, them 3 know what they do. That's what y'all do. That's why I'm the guy to get you in the club. That's my job.
What I'm saying is, but if you're not the highest guy on the totem pole in that car,
but what I'm saying,
If you're all
saying
living,
is
if
that
you're all
won't be
you're
in the
living that
car.
life, then that's different.
Yeah, that won't be in the car.
but y'all are expecting somebody else to take the fall for you.
If that's
I'm
what
an
they're
NFL star.
no, what I'm saying is if they're all smoking weed or doing whatever their drug of choice is, and those 3 guys, they live a certain lifestyle that involves narcotics or involves
crime,
whatever. Crime.
And it's not going to be the front page of the paper if they go down.
That's dude. All right. Now, if it's a pastor and it's a
School teacher,
then like, dude, we got to figure. Okay, like, which one of y'all really did it, man? Like, so we can know. I'm not taking the fall for that. Like, that's
perfectly said.
That doesn't make any sense.
Okay, so we need a handbook.
Well, if
it's
you're
just-
living that lifestyle, you should be willing to take that for someone who's not willing.
Right.
or
That-
living
Who's
that.
who's the most popular guy at this radio station?
Dan Hicken.
Okay,
He's on
let's say
TV.
you and Dan.
He's a blue check mark.
Let's say you and Dan rolling around. You don't know.
I'm not taking that for Dan.
You're not.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
If Dan is on a kite, then Dan, you should have known better, man. Come on.
Okay.
Now, if
I'm with y'all, by the way, Dan.
Yeah.
If you're listening, and you're riding
Don't bring
dirty,
your
I
stolen
don't know.
pistol around
Yeah,
me.
don't bring your stolen pistol
it's you.
around me, dude. Like, you should have known to get a real one.
Dude, we
don't need the burner unless we're going to use it,
Yeah,
Dan.
we have like pawn stores who advertise with the station. Like, there's plenty of legal places you could buy.
We're not It's not that serious. We've already got rid of the main competition. We're not rolling up on another station. with the burner. Like, just don't do that.
I'm just trying to get the rules. I don't know.
Nah, if you about that life, you know that life comes with consequences.
Exactly.
That guy, Marshawn Lattimore, is not about that. At worst, you're going to spend, if you didn't murder anybody, you're going to spend what the 12 to 18 that it probably takes you to book. He's going to be there to make sure you're out. Marshawn, that's your job to do that. Now, outside of how it goes through the court system, I don't know,
I'm sure we'll get a good lawyer.
Yeah, we'll get you the best. We'll get you the best lawyer. And we'll get
You'll
you the
do 2 to 4,
So our
and
boy
you'll be out
Travis
soon.
Holmes says, so if it's you, Drew Brees, and Alvin Kamara in the car,
I'm
y'all
snitching
boys
on
not,
Drew.
You're not taking that time?
I'm snitching on Drew in a heartbeat. Drew's the reason why I'm here now.
Oh, you think you'd still be playing?
Yeah.
James would have been the Tom Brady of fullbacks.
Trust me, Drew. Like,
Yeah, what year of your career would we be in right now?
Nah, I'd probably be like the substitute teacher at this point. I'd have probably still had a solid 6 years to tell people I retired, but I would have played more than one. But here's the thing, Drew, I would say, Drew, you're going to be okay. They're going to look at your social media. You go to church, you're married, you voted for 45. 45 is going to come in there.
He's a Blue Lives Matter guy.
You give a lot. Like, me and Alvin have dreads. We're not going to last, man.
But Alvin's nose ring, does it cancel out the dreads?
No, that's the new gangster thing.
Oh, it is?
That's a street thing now.
Now they
Yes,
don't
the
know
rappers
what
do
he
it.
is. They think he could, like, all the rappers are skateboarders now.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I didn't know that.
The ones wearing their clothes is the tightest are the ones that you got to worry about. It's not the baggy guys.
Hip hop culture is dead, Denny. It's a wrap.
I didn't realize. See, I thought the Run DMC thing last night was great. What y'all are telling me is that's not
It's
it
not hip
anymore.
anymore.
It's not hip.
Dang it.
Not hip.
8 o'clock coming up next.
They call him Fat Tony, but he's not really fat.
0% body fat.
But it's a really big show.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
Jaguars Today,
Biggie don't make no difference.
10 to noon on 1010XL.
When you hear Honda, you automatically think safety, quality, value. Now think great deals. Historic interest rates, high trade-in values. Get a great deal during Honda's Dream Garage Spring event at your local Honda dealer. Don't miss it. We're dealing.
Rick Ballou for Carlson Dental. You know, I used to hate going to the dentist. My teeth hurt. I never enjoyed the experience. Then I tried sedation, light sedation for my cleanings, which I do several times a year. Deep sedation for root canals, cavities. Now the anxiety is gone. My teeth feel great. So don't be nervous. Don't be afraid. Instead, look at Carlson Dental. Just go to carlsondentalgroup.com for all of your dentist needs.
Hey, poker fans, this month we're paying out over $640,000 in high hand promotions between Best Bet Jacksonville and Orange Park. $1,200 high hands will be happening every 60 minutes on select dates. And don't forget about our weekly tournaments. To play it safe, we're requiring face coverings, temperature screenings upon arrival, and providing hand sanitizer to our patrons. Experience the best at Best Bet Jacksonville and Orange Park. Go to bestbetjacks.com for details.
Hello, Jacksonville. GFL is a leading solid waste company, is now here to service your business in the Jacksonville area. GFL is known for its commitment to customer service, reliability, and efficiency, plus an unwavering focus on safety. Let GFL handle any solid waste removal for your commercial business. Just call 904-760-5880 for your quote today. In Jacksonville, start looking for those bright green trucks and containers. GFL, green for life.
Hicken here for my friends at Roof It Right. Sometimes you've got to protect that investment you've made in your home. Listen to me. Call my friends at Roof It Right. There are a lot of roofers in this town, but only one I endorse. They're local. They're trusted. They're master elite contractors, and they give you the peace of mind. The job is done right the first time. Schedule your estimate today at roofitRightFL.com. That's roofitRightFL.com. And then you'll see why your friends and neighbors say, Roof It Right, so you can sleep at night.
Ballou here for the Ballou Crab House, Maryland-style crab house. Right here in Jacksonville, they're up. The guidelines remain the same. All right, distances between tables, all employees masked and gloved. Tableware and chairs sanitized after every use. Now, curbside pickup available. Open each and every day except for Monday, 4:30 through 9. For the best, just go to the BlueCrabCrabHouse.com, located on Julington Creek Road.
Home of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
AC's broke, it ain't no joke. Call Florida Home AC. Florida Home AC. Florida Home AC. Florida Home AC. FloridaHomeAC.com.
In 1921, U.S. Marine Corps surgeon Dr. Robert McKeever established the first urologic practice in Florida, the McKeever Clinic. I'm Dr. West. 100 years later, we continue to carry on his life's work in providing complete urologic care in Jacksonville. We have 13 board-certified urologists with many areas of expertise to provide the highest level of care for both men and women. Visit McKeeverClinic.com to learn more about how we can help. McKeever Clinic, innovators in urologic care since 1921.
Sign on the line incorporated DBA True Mortgage is a fair housing lender. NMLS 1626699.
Mortgage interest rates are at historic lows, but with looming inflation, odds are rates will go up. Now's the time to lock in a low rate before it's too late, and True Mortgage can help. Home values have seen significant growth, and with a cash-out refi, you could save thousands, the lower interest rate, and get the cash you need to pay off high-interest credit cards and loans, do home improvements, or put money away for emergencies. If your current mortgage rate starts with anything other than a 2, don't let this opportunity pass you by. At True Mortgage, we've got low rates, fast turnaround, and the smart options you need. We'll also pay the title, escrow, and appraisal fees to save you even more money. Pay off those high-interest debts and save thousands by locking in a lower refi rate today. For a free quote, visit TrueNow.com or talk to one of True's top-rated loan consultants today. Just call 800-340-9750. That's 800-340-9750. 800-340-9750.
Mark Watson with Hardball Creative. What's better than beer? Cold beer. Put your company logo on a custom koozie. Check them out at hardballcreative.com.
Hardball Creative. Hardball does it all. This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000.
You mad, bro?
1010XL 92.5 FM. Join us in the Sports Den. Call or text 641-1010.
Open up your heart and let that hang out.
It's Friday night. I was going to try to do the TGIF thing, but then I forgot it that quick. It's MFTK, man. Above all of this stuff, man. Remember TGIF on ABC?
Friday, yeah.
It's Friday night, and the mood is right. Gonna have some fun. Show you how it's done. TGIF. Whatever, man. Just don't worry about it, Denny. But Petty Friday. You come in, get your petty.
More than ever right
Get your pettiness on 904-641-1010. Text us on the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures. My 8 o'clock is quick oil change places. Oil change places in general.
Why are you going? You need to use my Connect with this.
Oh, okay. You're right.
That's your fault. I keep telling you.
You're right.
Oh, I love Boy Meets World on TGIF. Perfect Strangers.
So what happened to you? Why are you hurt, Bob?
So I'm not hurt. I just I go there when it's time. Like I know, the Ford has the meter and whatever. So I go there, and my Hispanic brethren.
Okay.
I don't know which one he is, but he's one of them. And he comes up and he's like, "Hey man, I was like, I need my oil change." This is before I got to go on the lunch bunch. And I'm like, "Just change my oil, man. I ain't got time for all that other stuff, man. Just do it." I've been there before, so they push a little code. He said, "Hey man, I just want to let you know, just because it says that it's there, you could have no oil. You want to make sure you do this. You're like 6,000 miles over." I'm like, "Listen, bro, I don't need to hear it." Because no, they're still trying to do that 3,000 miles, man. It's like, I know my truck.
Oh, so you were at 9,000.
I know I can't. I know I don't need 3,000. I know I don't need to come in here every 3,000 miles. But you see, I said, dog, stop.
I'm a grown man.
I'm a grown man. I know this game, man. You're not gonna have me spending $300 on some upsell stuff. Just change my damn oil. Like, why are we having this conversation? I want my oil change. So they change it. But normally when I go there, like, they're always like, well, you need to have this, and this makes sure this go better, and this
air filter.
Bro,
it's the worst.
I came here to get my oil change. I'm already mad because your sign says $19.99.
Oh no,
and that's false advertising for guys like me. It should have 3 levels. $19.99 for like a 1985 Honda Accord.
Right.
But like F-150, bro. be ready to spend 60 or more.
Yep.
Like that's what it should literally say, bro. Be ready to spend 60 or more. Say, and then all the things that they're trying to upsell you on are all the same price as the damn oil change. Like, what did you think? Like, I'm coming in here. I don't have all this money to pay for this. I do, but I don't care to give it to you. I have more pressing things to spend stuff on. I gotta buy a kid a new PlayStation controller.
Why'd you break his?
No, he wants to. Like, he got straight A's. So I have to,
good for
like, I
him.
gotta reward him for that.
That's why you need to go to my boys, man. I'll shout them out. Hodges, Mazda.
Yeah.
Like I drop my truck off.
Congratulations for the straight A's.
They give me a loaner. I'm out. Call me when it's done. Come back, pick it up. Done.
I remember when I was
Usually
a kid,
out about $50, $60. But
But
they
you
do
get a
everything.
loaner though?
Oh yeah.
I wouldn't mind driving another car for a little bit just to feel
I
a
mean,
clean
they
car.
ain't
We
dumb
could
'cause I ended
switch
up buying
cars.
one.
I'll gladly switch cars with you for a weekend.
I ended up buying the CX-9. So
Well, actually, with gas the way it is, I don't want to switch cars with you guys.
Yeah, you don't want mine is straight. I go for a while, but yeah, you don't want all them gallons, man.
Remember when you were a kid and you had like good grades and you could take it to Blockbuster and get like a free rental?
Mm-hmm.
Dope.
Blockbuster, the biggest petty.
Netflix, you can't just put it up
biggest
to the
petty in the
screen.
world is Netflix. They have the last Blockbuster.
when Blockbuster had a chance to buy them for
Like they're
next to nothing.
talking about like everything that Blockbuster did wrong. Like it's on Netflix. Netflix produced this series.
It's called that?
The Last
No
Blockbuster. There's only
way.
one Blockbuster left in Oregon. And it's a documentary on it. And
Is
Netflix
it still open?
Yes. Netflix, who killed Blockbuster, is the one that did it.
It's like they're joking. It's like they're trolling.
How long ago was that Blockbusters went?
I don't know, but in college, man, I
long
still
time.
feel like the man.
I can remember like it was yesterday.
You go in, or when I was a kid, like you go in and mom would be like, yeah, you did good. Let's go get that. You can rent
Get a video game. Yeah.
The worst, though, was when you went to check out and you were notified you had a late charge.
Oh, man. I think I still
went
have,
in there with like,
I think I have a late
$3.
charge.
You had the $1.99 rental.
And you got yourself a bag of popcorn.
Right. And then you go to check out.
You and
like,
your chick all excited.
You owe us $4 for the late charge. And you're like,
Yeah, it says here that you have Austin Powers International Man of Mystery
Right.
still out.
you never
sir.
brought it back, so that's $19.99.
Says here that the movie Seven with Morgan Freeman.
You know who
is
used to have one?
still
Like have
missing.
movies that were cool too. Albertsons had a little movie rental thing.
Oh,
What?
they did.
And it was cheaper.
They
What about
did.
Redbox? Like
Redbox.
Redbox
That
was a
was-
thing for like
Redbox
a
is
year.
still around.
Redbox
though,
was
isn't
pretty
it?
legit for that period in between Blockbuster and Netflix.
There are still Redboxes.
Yeah, it's
Who
still
goes to a
some-
Redbox now?
I don't know.
Weirdos.
You got to know somebody with a Netflix passcode. At this point.
But at this
Well, I
point,
guess
it's
if you
not
don't
Netflix.
have-
It's like you on your smart TV. If you want to watch a movie, you search for it and you pay the $2 or whatever.
But yeah,
Yeah,
That's
but
just how it
there
works.
is an insane amount of
'Cause
people who
Netflix
do
has
not have
no
internet
movie.
in their home, though.
That's not true.
no, there is
In
actually-
America?
Yes.
Yeah.
In Jacksonville.
Yeah, I had to
I
actually
don't have
explain
time
this to
for
my
those
friend.
people.
Like they were
I don't
talking
have time
about.
for those people. I'm
Like
sorry.
it's.
I don't
wild.
care how poor you are. That's like next level poor. That's I'm sorry.
When they were talking about doing school online, they were talking about the
Yeah.
percentage of kids that don't have internet at home, and it was like over half.
Yeah,
wasn't
and
it?
you had to
What?
go. Yeah, and and trust me. Well, dang, I feel bad. I took advantage of it. They gave us like the little adapter.
You said your kid didn't have internet. I love that.
It wasn't because of that. It's because if I wanted to go out of town, I needed the
Man, you
adapter.
are such.
I
You're
needed
the
the stuff.
best.
You're the reason our taxes are going up.
No, as much
No.
as I pay.
Yeah, that's
no,
your money.
My kid wanted. I want
deserve
the
that
laptop
modem.
that they get. Give me the laptop with all the stuff. Trey's got the little Duval County laptop too. He's got all. I was like, he was using my MacBook. I'm like, hell no.
The government has no money. That is our modem. So that's your modem. You can have it. Glad you took it.
we got out there. That stuff is good. Some of these supplies are good. We don't use that internet anymore though. I don't even know where that thing is.
So
But-
slow.
It's too slow for Trey. She was mad. Like our internet is souped up. That's the one thing I did do during the quarantine.
Oh, me too. Yeah.
Is like I found about the little cloud-based thing. I don't have the one that talks to you because that's the
I don't
feds.
know what you're talking about. Oh, you talking about like the Google Home stuff?
Yeah, it's like that. What is my?
Oh, we
it's
live
not
on the
Meraki. It's called something else. Anyways, but we have like each one of my Wi-Fi things acts as a modem. So the modem is actually in Miles's room. So Miles has the max capacity in there.
Right.
In the kitchen, the same thing that's in
It's like a
Miles' room.
booster.
Yeah, it's basically a booster.
I got
But
you.
every room has
I need to do that in the facility.
Yeah, I think we're like at 10 or 15 or something like that. Each room has that because of that.
I have a hate o'clock.
What's your 8 o'clock?
You.
Oh man, what did I do?
Ever since you started this MFTK movement, I feel like we're seeing more and more MFTK moments.
Right.
I feel like people are confused by your message.
It's
They're taking it very literally.
Yes.
Well, that's how it started.
Well, not literally.
Yeah, they're not doing the Mentos for
Right.
the kids.
Right.
They're taking the they're the comma, but yeah, at the same time, like only no Telvin Smith, but like here's the thing, is that the way our society is built, nobody cares. Nobody really cares. Everything is kick the bucket down. Like what we're doing with gas, we're comfortable now. 40 years, that's their problem. I won't be here.
Well, I'm watching a father-son shootout that looks like it's straight out of a terrible Western.
There are 3 MFTK moments that have happened the other day, man. The first one, and we'll go with this. We'll go back forward. The one that's not in our 904 vicinity. This is up in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
My house, my rules. My mama house, her rules. Some people say don't put take your shoes off at the door. Some people say, like, I have a thing where if I'm on the phone, it aggravates people, but I hang up because I need to nose there. I want to greet everybody because it's rude to not greet everybody.
My mom doesn't like me cursing in her house.
That's her house.
I follow her rules as best I can.
When grandma cooks, I gotta eat. She doesn't like it when she cooks and nobody eats. Those are
disrespectful.
Those are the rules of respect, right?
Right.
Some fathers don't like people having guns in their house. Their child having guns. This son flexed up, and that's the thing.
26 years old, by the way.
He's how old? 26?
Yeah, the son was 26.
It took him 26 years, but it happens with women. Women don't like to talk about it because they like to act like they're the more sophisticated of the two. Men, I know I'm gonna have to deal with it twice. Trey's gonna get a little mustache. He's gonna start smelling himself, and I'm gonna have to drop him because he's gonna flex on me in my house. Same thing with Killer. Hopefully, I still got it by the time he gets old, because that one.
I think that one actually happens first.
Probably. This guy, 26 years old, decided, I'm not gonna listen to you, Dad, because I'm holding. So his dad did the only logical thing that a father could do in this moment.
No.
I'm a man. I'm 40.
That's not how it worked?
No. Because the dad told him you're not going to walk in my house with a gun.
Right.
So he shot at the dad first.
Okay.
Yes.
So
is that true?
So he shot
That's
at
what
the dad
the article
first.
says,
Okay.
yes.
So what looks like on the video is he shot at the dad and then he ran out the house and the dad came out and he fired back at
Because
him.
if you just watch the video, it looks like the dad's going after this.
Yeah, it was pop.
Yeah,
and
read the thing.
And then his dad runs, and then it's what it looks like is like
6 feet from each other
they're
and don't hit each other.
shooting with like paintball guns.
It's blanks. It's got to be the cap guns back in the day.
Because you can't be that close to somebody and not hit them. And this is why I don't.
Nobody got injured, which is why we can laugh about this. I'm telling you,
I
go
would have
Google
laughed
this.
about it regardless, honestly.
I am all
They're shooting and ducking.
I'm all for 2A, right? I'm all for Second Amendment. But like, man, you're a danger to everybody else if you don't know how to aim and shoot, man.
Yeah, in my neighborhood, I'm not for that.
Gratefully, nobody was hurt. But like, imagine you're in an apartment complex and this argument pops off. And that's what a lot of
in the middle of the day as well.
That's like, this could happen in JJ's apartment complex. Now I think about it.
Probably did.
But most people don't know, like, you're liable for those strays, man. Like, no matter what, no matter how you feel. That's how I know a lot of people who talk about Second Amendment don't really understand or probably don't even own guns. They're just talking. But this is.
I hope Mad Dads don't see this video.
Yeah, like he's gonna definitely be all
I'll move
over
out
it.
there.
That's
march in the street.
But we'll go more to guns, and MFTK can morph. That was MFTK. Like, yo, I brought you into this world. I'll take you out this world, even if I don't aim very well. This is another one, kind of like the lady with the boxing glove
that she glued to her.
hand. Again, most people talk about what they're willing to do about here. Oh, okay. So
woman walks into her kid's
DuPont Middle School. DuPont Middle School.
Her daughter been bullied. She super glued a boxing glove on her hand.
Here's what I think a lot of people fail to realize, and I want to make sure JJ
Why'd she have
grasps
to
it.
super glue it?
Hold on,
though?
JJ.
That's a great question.
We don't know. She went to the meeting with the principal with the glove on already.
Before or
on
after?
her hand.
Before the meeting.
No, did she serve out a beatdown before the meeting or
After
after
the meeting. They
So
went
she
to
went
talk
to a meeting with a
with the
boxing glove,
principal to
super
talk
glued on
about
her hand,
that.
and still,
Listen,
and then went
then her
and whooped on the
daughter
chick.
went to the cafeteria to
Oh
find the girl
my
that they had the
God.
meeting about. The daughter jumps on girl, then mom jumps on girl with the boxing glove, wailing at the girl. Now the mom is being
You
charged.
cannot tell that story without saying with the boxing glove glued to
The
her
boxing
hand.
glove super glued to her hand.
I
So
thank
MFTK.
God for the family that I was raised in
So,
every single day.
Now, to go from I forgot where DuPont Middle is. That like the beat? Anyways, whatever. So
Sounds like a bad
from
place.
one side of town to out
lovely.
east. Matthew Gilbert Middle School. Woman arrested after gun pull during a fight among parents. Mom comes up to the school about some kids, dad and mom and a girl come to a school. 3 adults come to the school about a kid bullying their girl, their daughter, whatever. I think it's Monica's kid, and that's because that's her name. Monica Ellis is 31. She got in. They came up. They approached her, I guess, after the meeting. Said, "Hold up, man. 3 people ain't finna. This ain't a fair fight. I'm about to even these odds." She goes to the car and she evens the odds.
Pops the trunk.
Doesn't point it at anybody. Doesn't shoot anybody.
Just shows it.
Just says, "Hey, I'm holding." Police come, but again, you have to understand
Can't do that
you
school
got to know where
grounds.
you're at. You're on school grounds, so you can't do that. So she's arrested, but she was there about her kid. They were there about their kids. MFTK can mean them kids, not these kids. These kids we're gonna protect by any means necessary. So like when you hear MFTK tomorrow at noon on the I-9 fields, because the season starts on the I-9 fields, the Patriots, we're not talking about like, nah, these kids is cool. These 12 is coming after them other 12, and them kids is gonna get it. Now, another case of MFTK protecting the parents, and this is true, and I believe that this father should be commended. Jason Benz, a 48-year-old resident of Bayside Drive in Palm Coast, was jailed on charges of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon and felony child abuse. Ironically, both third-degree felonies. That'll be higher than that. Following a confrontation on his property with a teen he says was threatening to beat up his son. I'm going to tell you this much right here. Run up on my son if I'm around. And
At my house.
At my house. And tell me you about to whoop my son. You better bring an army because we are not fighting fair at that.
Also,
everybody in my house better get involved. If everybody doesn't whoop your ass for threatening my kids, then somebody, when we're done, that person's getting whooped by us.
If you were dumb enough to come to the
If
house,
you came to the house,
yeah, I agree.
you are bold and you need to be dealt with.
in that article, it says teen, but that
17,
could
bro.
mean, yeah. A teen can be a
17-year-old.
grown-ass man ready to
Especially
beat your
at
ass.
17. No, you know what? 15, 16, you're an adult. Actually, 13. You can be
can
charged.
see
Trust
these
me, I know.
hands.
You can be charged as an adult at 13.
Absolutely.
So if you can be charged as an adult at 13, you can catch these hands at 13. Especially if you're coming to my house. Now, afterwards, I'm
There
going
ain't
to
no
ask my
getting up in
son.
those stands and thinking you're gonna run our tests or
Not at my house. I need to know, why was this kid coming at you, son? Okay, you didn't do nothing. He was just jealous. Blah, blah, blah. Afterwards,
jealous.
whatever it is, I don't know. I'm just saying it might be because I don't
Obviously.
think Trey's not going to be that kid. Killer?
Well, that's his name.
I believe kids are going to come try to look for him because he started.
It's kind of your fault for calling him that, but
Listen, man, it aptly nicknamed kids, you see traits. But all that being said is MFTK is a lifestyle. It's a brand. It's aware. It can help the community. It can harm the community.
It's not up to us.
it's not destroy a family like it did in Atlanta. Like they're not having Thanksgiving together.
Yeah, it's not about me, man.
Well, actually, I wouldn't say that. Sometimes you get in a fist fight with your buddies, and like you're closer after that
See, fist
than you
fight
ever
is different.
were.
If you
I'm
pull
just
a,
saying, if
you
if
pull
you're in
a gun on
shootout,
me,
then
there's
you-
no coming back.
Well, I don't know,
Like-
because JJ has a point, because they could get together at this and be like, yeah,
That was silly,
I wasn't trying to hit you.
Remember that time?
Yeah, like if we really wanted to hit each other with the gun, we could have. I
Yeah,
could have
remember that
shot you.
time we had a shootout in the front yard? That was wild.
Hey, son, let me tell you something about me and your grandpa. Imagine that
Yeah.
10 years from now.
Yeah, that sounds weird. I mean, me and my dad have been through a lot. I think that's the last straw. Like I think
This
if he
much I
shoots,
know about your dad.
like,
If he's standing 6 feet from you,
he's hitting me.
Right.
I'm gone. I'm gone. My dad's got great aim. My dad can do.
Should I take this?
No, we have to take a break. We could take his call. Tom has a funny story about James.
Is it really funny?
I don't know. But we have to take a break. But quickly, before we do, I have breaking news.
Okay.
James will be interested to hear this. Okay. Michigan tested positive COVID case, withdraws from the tournament.
You're lying. Hush.
Minnesota Duluth will advance. Hockey.
Okay. I was about to say, get out of here, man. That's too good to be true, man. We're not going. They're not doing that.
We got to take a break. We'll be right back.
It's not set to the frequency. It's right here. Hello. No. Wrong frequency. What's the frequency, by the way?
10 XL.
You know Diamonds Direct always has the best selection of precious diamonds. But right now, in the aftermath of 2020's challenges, it's better than ever before. With all the disruptions last year, Diamonds Direct stayed strong and aggressive, working with diamond cutters around the world, finding exceptional values and taking advantage of unique opportunities. The result? A spectacular selection of new, rare, precious diamonds, all shapes, all sizes, from a half carat to 20 carats, and all certified by the GIA, and offered at prices you never thought possible. So make plans now to visit our showroom and see for yourself this expanded selection. Let our expert associates show you multiple choices in the size and shape diamond you're interested in, so you can make the most informed decision with zero pressure. And take comfort in the fact that at Diamonds Direct, whatever happens in the world, we never let anything stop us from our mission to get you the diamond of your dreams. Diamonds Direct, off Town Center Parkway, next to the Hyatt.
Picking here, there are some great reasons to play in this year's Beaches Habitat for Humanity Builders Classic Golf Tournament, presented by Larry and Nancy Wong at Jacksonville Golf and Country Club, May 3rd. How about a chance to shoot for $1 million? Hole-in-one or a GMC Canyon from Nimnik Buick GMC. A 3-year lease on a Fields Automotive Land Rover Defender, and a Pebble Beach golf trip for 2. Learn more about sponsorships and registration at beacheshabitat.org/Builders Classic.
Learn the secrets to bring your A game on the Edwin Watts Golf Hour.
Yeah, well, you really crushed that ball off the tee, I'll tell you what.
Learn the latest on new equipment from all the major manufacturers on the Edwin Watts Golf Hour. Saturday morning at 10 on 1010XL. Time now for a medical recap. A health and wellness tip from Jaguars head team physician Dr. Kevin Kaplan.
The Florida heat can dehydrate even in the best conditioned athlete. While thirst is not an accurate indicator of hydration status, your best bet for beating dehydration and heat stroke is to drink fluids regularly. 7 to 10 ounces of fluid every 10 to 15 minutes is recommended. Drinks containing carbohydrates and electrolytes are important to replace sodium you lose when you sweat. Staying hydrated will allow you to perform at your best. Go Jack.
There's a world of difference between and that's why you can trust Famous Automotive and Tire when it comes to your vehicle's care. Because there's a difference between and. It all starts with the triangle of safety. Your tires, brakes, and the front end. Take care of those 3 points and your car will take good care of you. Start at Famous Automotive and Tires. 6 locations servicing every customer like they're famous.
Spring is right around the corner. That makes now the best time to get Fenwick Home Services complete 21-point full system tune-up for just $59. That's right, $59. Fenwick has more technicians on call to get the job done right. Plus, your Fenwick Pro always wears gloves, face masks, and foot coverings for your home and your family. Call 800-999-1995 or visit FenwickHomeservices.com.
Are you suffering from shoulder pain? If you have clicking and popping in the shoulder joint, persistent pain that intensifies with use, an inability to lift your arm over your head, or a tingling, burning sensation in the shoulder, elbow, or wrist, waiting to see a doctor could make your injury worse. Baptist Health and Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute have innovative and effective treatment options available right now to relieve your pain and restore your mobility. Don't wait. Call 904-JOI-2000.
You don't think this would be a good moment to text somebody?
There's never a bad moment to share your opinion on the 1010XL text line, designed by Lifetime Enclosures. Share your opinion
as soon as possible
at 641-1010.
Hey, it's me, your cousin from Boston.
I'm on the radio doing ads for Sam Adams. Now I'll be known as the Sam Adams guy instead of the dude who fell in the quarry. Sam Adams Boston Lager is crisp and refreshing, which is why I bring a six-pack wherever I go, except the movies anymore. Sam Adams, from Boston with love. Here's the legal part. Watch how fast I can read. The Boston Beer Company, Boston, Mass. Drink responsibly. Now, is that 30 seconds? Are we even close?
At Zero Res, we clean carpets and tile, but we also clean sofas, recliners, kitchen chairs, patio furniture, and even the mattresses on your bed. For March, we are offering 25% off all upholstery cleaning. Zero Res spelled forward or backwards, it's the right way to clean.
Zero Res. This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000. You're listening to the Sports Den on 1010XL.
Because it's Friday, you ain't got no job, and you ain't got nothing to do.
Friday night version of the Sports Den, because it's Friday and because somebody has a funny story, I guess we're going to do something we never do and take a call.
Yeah, I mean, I recognize this could be one of two.
Okay. If it's not one of those two, will you let me know?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Well, it's
Tom,
not
how you
a bad
doing?
Story. I'm doing well. It's not a bad story, but speaking with a longtime friend of James Coleman a couple weeks back, asking for some dirt from James back in FSU.
Oh.
A good friend, Dave Delegal,
Okay,
works with Cal Calloway in all the equipment room. He told me to ask you about the 4-1 drills at FSU and said it was a 4th and goal, 4th and 1 drills, and said that they were at a team meeting and Calloway was sitting in there with coach and all. And they were talking about the fact when you were a freshman that you stood in the back of the line and they could see you counting down to see who you're going to have to match up, hitting in the hole on that. And he just wanted to know if that, I just want to know if that was a true story or not.
I hope so.
There was a comment made with it. At least James is learning how to count, is what he stated. That you might have been dipping.
Oh, I hope so as a freshman.
From some of the big boys.
I'm 17. I might have. Okay, that could be very true.
Listen, if you play football at any point and you're trying to tell me that never, ever did you count the line, you're lying.
Like I will say this: at 17, when I came and I reported, I was 215.
Mm-hmm.
Now a year later, I was 245. I wasn't counting down nobody at that point. Once I got to that, I was ready for. Everybody. And people started counting me at that point. But yeah.
Well, there was no negative talk about you. That was the thing I'm trying to say. But they said you stand back there, and they were talking about the drill, and said at the end of the drill, they're like, "Well, what good came out of this drill?" They go, "Well, at least James Coleman's learning how to count."
Yeah, that's all. That's
all right, I appreciate the story, man.
Yeah, that's definitely how those coaches tell you. Nowadays, a kid would cry.
Like, well, I mean, he
would be in the portal immediately after that.
You admit yourself that you barely got in.
Oh, well, yeah, without a doubt. But it wasn't because I was dumb. I just didn't go to school. Like, I didn't go to class.
Yeah, that's a good transition.
Speaking of, congratulations to DeJuan Black.
Man, listen, man, I love it.
Yeah, we got to clap it up for DeJuan. Now, he's worked hard for this. DeJuan Black, to catch people up, committed to Florida what seems like 6 years ago.
Yes.
It was Mullen's first class.
Right.
Did not academically qualify.
Was one of millions, it seems like.
It wasn't millions, but it was 8. He has done more than his fair share of time in JUCO.
Yes.
Oh, I thought you were going to say prison.
No, in JUCO.
Close enough.
And he found out today that he has earned his AA and will be able to go to the University of Florida. Was a big-time recruit a couple years ago.
Very good player. I think it's strategic because what happens is in the state of Florida, you can play football as long as you're eligible. And that all you have to do to be eligible as a student.
Mm-hmm.
Like to be enrolled in school, you have to have a 2.0.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot have a 2.0 one semester, but then you're on probation, and you have to be above a 2.0 at the end of next semester, or you're kicked out. And I don't know if what they do for your first semester, they give you that grace or not, but I'm hoping they do. Basically what I'm saying, like if you would have come in the spring and they didn't give you that grace your first semester, could have been tough. but he's here. He's going to be there in the fall.
Hopefully, they just give him the resources and they get him through.
Listen, dude, ball out.
Because he's got 4 years of eligibility, right?
No.
He played?
He played at JUCO. He's got 3 to play 2.
He played last year.
I guess they won't count next year.
Right.
So he's got 4 to play 3. Yeah, 4 to play 3. Listen, man. Just ball out. Ball out and get out of there, man. Just ball and get out of there, dude. Like, just know what you're good at. Like, listen. I'm not here to. I hope this doesn't sound like I'm bashing him.
No,
because I'm not. Because I'm glad he's got there. But like, this academic thing is tough, man. Let's just get you out of there. Hopefully, get you to the NFL, and then we pay a girlfriend to get you the University of Phoenix degree. Let's get you the degree. I'm not saying no, get a degree. I think he can function as an adult with a job.
He's not at Florida to get a degree,
right? But Florida, like this is where all that stuff that Florida fans like to say. It's where it comes to bite you in the butt, man. Like it is a hard school. Like I think he can do the football thing. I just want the kid to be successful and play.
I'm sorry, I was laughing because we had a texter earlier when we were talking about Telvin.
Mm-hmm.
Said, please put some respect on my man Telvin's name. He opted out for COVID.
Fair.
It's funny.
He saw COVID coming a little bit early.
In advance.
Yeah.
And then 400 on the Lifetime of Closers text line says, does JJ drive a dirt bike? Pretty sure I saw him earlier today.
Absolutely not. I'm afraid of any motorcycle type things.
Are you really?
Yeah, I'm a wuss like that.
I
don't even ride roller coasters, bro.
Well, that's different. That's don't compare those things.
So you're one of us.
Much different.
I'm the guy who waits and holds everybody's crap, and I have a beer like outside of the gift shop.
Yes, that's me.
Yep, and I don't have a problem with it.
I am
fine.
What you are to masks, I am to roller coasters. I will sit there and preach at everybody. Do not get on this thing.
Sheep.
Yeah.
Do not.
I used to be when I had nothing to lose. When I thought I was I didn't think I was going to be here as long as I'm here. I rode the best roller coaster. There's only one kind of roller coaster I didn't ride, which is the weakest one. It's like the one that just swings back and forth. And it goes I hated those.
I'm not wearing that.
Not just because I felt like I would drop off.
Like the boat one?
Yeah, but I would see people's money and wallets fall. So it was more so I didn't have much. I wanted to hold on to my coins and my tickets. But as far as the fast ones,
what about the ones where your legs aren't even?
I used to do those. I would tie my shoes. I would tie my shoes extra tight because I was afraid they'll drop, and I would do them. But what happened is I was like, okay, I made it to a certain point, and I started making money. I started understanding that death is permanent.
Like I have kids.
I wanted to get on a roller coaster, and I was like, but I don't know, man. I don't know. That roller. And then also Trey doesn't like getting on roller coasters, so it's it threw me off.
You cannot make it make sense to me. It doesn't matter what stats you give me.
Skydiving, you're out on that.
No, absolutely.
Yeah, that's so stupid.
My dad tried to say, "Why won't you do?" I said, "Dude, why would I jump out of a good plane? Makes no sense."
You can tell me
it's landing in 5 minutes.
Yeah,
I'll wait.
Right. You're paying to do it.
A lot.
You can tell me there is a 1 in 10 million chance.
It's the thrill. You almost died.
I'm going to tell you,
I'm happy to get home.
0% chance if I don't get on it.
I could almost die in a car accident.
Have you not watched the news? I'm glad to drive home and be safe. That's a thrill, man. I don't need to go on a plane for that thrill. I'll go speed a little bit, live a little. If I want a thrill, I go 85 on South Side and see
Hang my head out the window.
These cats are crazy.
What about the ones where it just shoots you up in the air?
No.
That's not even a roller coaster at that point.
No, that's a death trap.
Yeah, exactly.
They're just trying to make your heart stop. That's all that is.
Two guys were high as a kite one day and designed that. It's like, hey, what if we do this? No, absolutely not.
Because there's so many YouTube videos out there of those ones that just shoot you up in the air of people passing out.
And what about the bungee diving?
Oh,
who does that?
You know,
one.
Even when I was in my thrill-seeking mode and wrestling baby tigers and stuff like that, which I have done, I remember Fresh Prince. Yeah, I went to South Africa. It's a long story. Fun though.
Did we talk about this during Tiger King? I think we did.
We did. All I remember is when Hillary got engaged with the bungee.
Oh,
Hillary!
Trevor!
Oh my God!
Will you marry? And she's like, what does he want?
About that.
I was like, once I saw that, I'm like, yeah, that concrete hurts. when I get that at that height.
Yeah, y'all can call me whatever you want to call me on the text line, on Twitter. I'm not getting on a roller coaster. There is no way in okay, let me rephrase that.
Dude, I won't even ride the little roller coaster at Disney World in like the Adventureland part. I'm out, dude. All of it. I did it when I was a kid because my mom loves roller coasters. So do my brother and my sister. So like I would have to go on them.
All right, I'm going to throw this out there, knowing that I'm going to get grief for this. There's 2 times that I said, okay, I'm going to get on against my better judgment. I said, I'm going to get on that ride because this is my son and my wife wanted to do it.
You're going to man up.
No, I fought and clawed. One was the Dumbo ride. And my kid kept making Dumbo go higher.
Oh, no, you can't even ride the Dumbo ride?
I'm scared of heights.
Oh.
And my damn kid kept pushing the button, and I almost threw him out the Dumbo. Like, he was
Son,
young.
you better bring us back down.
And then the other one was at Busch Gardens. They have this thing that can take you from one side of the park to the other. And it's like one of those wicker basket type of things that transports you.
Oh, like a ski, what do you call it?
It's almost like a hot air balloon, like a ski lift with a hot air balloon basket.
I'm not into that.
No. and the whole time my wife was making fun of me. I'm like, I'm frozen.
Hanging onto the side?
No, I was dead in the middle with my head
I
buried.
don't even want to get close to the sides.
Wife and kid having the time of their life looking out the side of it.
Sweating.
And I used to love going to the fair in Tallahassee. And like they had all these, and now I went back I forgot, it was like maybe a decade ago. But I looked at it, I'm like, what was I thinking?
Did you see the text line?
And what was my mom? She let me go by myself. Like these things are put together with old bolts.
Fair is like they go from town to town. Really, like put them together, take them apart.
You know how many screws have been
bunch
lost?
Of carnies.
Yeah, I'm like
drunk.
And then I was like, when I first moved here, it's like someone asked, "Hey, would you like to go to the fair?" And then I was like, "Sure." Then I watched the news.
You went to the Jacksonville fair?
I watched the news first.
I was about to say.
Mad Dad's told me that somebody had got shot. So not only do I have to worry about
problems at the Jackson
not only do I have to worry about the rides, I got to worry about getting shot in the ride that's broken.
Hold on, Denny. Do you at least do what are the things the big things that twirl around?
The Ferris
wheel?
Ferris
Heck
wheel.
no.
You don't even do a Ferris
wheel?
wheel?
That's worse than all of them.
Okay.
It moves too slow.
I've done the Ferris wheel. I'll do a Ferris wheel.
See, somebody sent us something on the text line.
Do you not fly?
And it's an article. Yeah, I don't have a problem flying.
Oh.
Teens rescued from Slingshot ride. Osceola County Fair says 2 teenage girls had to be rescued from the Slingshot ride at Old Town after it malfunctioned.
They got what they deserve.
Strangling them 30 to 40 feet in the air.
I'm not doing the Slingshot, but if I did the Slingshot, it would be at Daytona or Orlando, a place that actually that's what they do.
That it stays there.
That's what it is.
Right.
I'm not doing the damn Slingshot at a fair with somebody who's only getting paid less than minimum wage, doesn't want to be there, probably hasn't bathed very well. And like
lost 2 screws coming from Orlando to Jacksonville.
Living in the truck.
Living in the trailer, like that moves the stuff around. That's terrifying.
And text on, I got it. It's called a gondola or whatever. I don't know. I don't care. I don't want to ride.
Gondola
That's
is
what they're
a
telling
water.
me. I don't know.
It's a little boat in Italy.
I don't know. That's what 2 different people in the text line are telling me.
What is what were we talking about?
They're saying the thing that I rode on at Busch Gardens.
Oh, gotcha.
Gondola lift.
I don't even go to Busch Gardens because it's all about roller coasters. It's like, what am I going to do here?
They got a good
that's the
rib
ski
joint.
thing. A ski thing's called a gondola lift.
Oh,
gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never been skiing either.
I'm anxious just talking about this, honestly. We have to break anyway.
All right, we'll be right back.
Wonder what Dan Hicken would be doing if he wasn't on 1010XL?
He's the hottest young rookie in NASCAR history and has won an unprecedented 5 out of his last 6 races.
Dan.
I can get used to this winning thing!
Mornings on 1010XL.
If I'm not commuting anymore, where do I really want to live?
While you handle life's questions, Merrill Guided Investing helps you manage your portfolio and invest for your next move with the option to work with an advisor at a low cost and minimum. Merrill, a Bank of America company. Visit merrilledge.com/investing goals to get started today.
Investing involves risk. Merrill Lynch, Pierce, Fenner & Smith Incorporated, both a registered broker-dealer and investment advisor, member SIPC. Investment products are not FDIC insured or not bank guaranteed and may lose value.
Join Rick Ballou and Hayes Carlyle for the Death, Taxes, and Dufall podcast. Brought to you by Patriot Roofing and the Law Office of Stephen Doty. Find it with other great podcasts at 1010XL.com.
Set your sights on spring at the JCPenney Spring Style Event.
Hurry in and save now on the season's newest looks in apparel and home. Get up to 40% off select women's and men's spring fashion and dress your best everywhere you go. Need a home refresh? Enjoy up to 40% off home brands you'll only find at JCPenney. Use your coupon for an extra 20% off and bring it all home. So fresh and so new. There's lots to love at JCPenney. Offers and coupon valid through 3/31. Exclusions apply. See store or jcp.com for details.
In 1921, U.S. Marine Corps surgeon Dr. Robert McKeever established the first urologic practice in Florida, the McKeever Clinic. I'm Dr. West. 100 years later, we continue to carry on his life's work in providing complete urologic care in Jacksonville. We have 13 board-certified urologists with many areas of expertise to provide the highest level of care for both men and women. Visit McKeeverClinic.com to learn more about how we can help. McKeever Clinic, innovators in urologic care since 1921.
It's finally open. The 904 Sports Bar and Grill on Bay Meadows Road is the newest sports bar in town. With a full liquor bar, happy hour daily from 4 to 7, and get this, 2-for-1 well drinks all day in a friendly, clean, and sanitary environment. Plus, you can enjoy classic sports bar food and drinks on their large outdoor patio or hang out inside and play darts, pool, ping pong, or arcade games. The sports bar atmosphere you've been asking for. The new 904 Sports Bar and Grill on Bay Meadows Road.
Claude Nolan Cadillac respects your time and strives to make every visit a pleasure. Customers come back because you're not just a customer, you're part of the family. Don't forget about their service department with 10 master technicians. The only Cadillac dealership in the area with a body shop and can fix any make or model. Claude Nolan Cadillac, Jacksonville's Cadillac dealer for 116 years. Near the town center off JTB on Southside Boulevard and Gate Parkway. Begin your lasting relationship at Claude Nolan Cadillac.
This date in sports history is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On March 26, 1979, Michigan State defeated Indiana State in the NCAA championship game, marking the start of a rivalry between Magic Johnson and Larry Bird.
I'm John Haney, owner of Clearwater Irrigation. Can you believe the average homeowner spends over 5 hours a week of their valuable time pulling hoses? Then there are those who own a sprinkler system that makes no sense at all. It sprays here and there, but nowhere where you need it. Call us at Clearwater Irrigation and we'll design a system that makes sense to you.
Clearwater Irrigation. We can't sing a lick, but we sure are good at sprinklers.
And drainage too.
ClearwaterJacks.com.
Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Hollywood, Florida's getaway destination, is playing your song. Come discover your rhythm safely with our industry-leading Safe and Sound program, including stringent sanitary protocols like face masks, temperature checks, and consistent cleaning and sanitizing throughout the casino. And more space for you to stay, play, and dine. When you're ready for good, clean fun, come to the home of the world-famous Guitar Hotel, Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Hacker here. Peninsular Pest Control has served homes and businesses in Northeast Florida since 1954. This family-owned and operated business is continually recognized and awarded for outstanding customer service, receiving annual Super Service Awards from Angie's List and the Bold City's Best Award from Jacksonville.com. Schedule a free consultation by phone or online at crittergetter.com. Remember, Peninsular is your critter getter.
I'm Holt Harrell. At Harrell & Harrell, we work hard for our clients, and hard work gets results. If you've been injured, let us work hard for you. Harrell & Harrell, 251-1111. Don't settle for less than you deserve. Offices, Jacksonville.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000.
I tell you the difference between me and them. They trying to get their ones and trying to get.
You're listening to the Sports Den on 1010XL.
Cause it's Friday, you ain't got no job, and you ain't got nothing to do.
Lifetime Enclosures text line 855. Hit us up. Said no sports tonight. Just whining about how scared you college boys are of roller coasters.
Yep. Man, you don't listen to the whole show. You suck as a person.
Let's see.
Yes, 480. That's what we're doing. It's our show. We do what we want to do.
480. If you want to lose your personal belongings from cash to car keys, get on a roller coaster. Let's see. Roller coasters make me puke. I'm with y'all. That's 563-248. Asking if I can do the teacup ride.
Oh, you can't.
Depends how fast you start
that's low to
spinning.
the ground.
Yeah, it depends. Like that. How fast are you going to spin it? Like if we're If we're talking,
Let's not get crazy.
right. 254 says Dumbo. I would understand Space Mountain or Mission Space or Rock and Roller Coaster, but Dumbo?
Space Mountain's too fast for you to even realize you're in danger.
You ever seen the picture of Space Mountain in the
How
in the
close
light?
I
you
don't
are
want
to like getting your head ripped off.
Yes.
Want to see it. It's dark. It's dark for a reason. Like, these aren't things that I just question.
We were just telling a story during break, listeners, that there was a guy who lost his phone while he was riding a roller coaster out of his pocket. And it was one of those where your feet dangle. So he jumped the fence to go grab his phone. The roller coaster was coming by. Somebody's legs was flying, kicked him in the head, killed him instantly, and that person lost their leg. Never jump the fence.
I can't imagine that day. Like,
Go to Verizon tomorrow. They'll handle it. Get you a new one. Everything will be cool.
Well, I mean, if you're going to jump the fence, shouldn't you make sure the roller coaster's not coming?
That's the number one thing you should pay attention to.
Listen, that makes sense, but this should have been my hater clock. They're paying people, and they don't give it to us because I'm probably the worst. They don't want me to do that live read. They're doing reads to tell people that you should not cross a train track when trains are coming.
I saw a commercial for that the other day.
Like,
Is
you
that
would
a problem?
think in coming
Public
danger.
service announcement, but it's not a commercial. It's a public
I heard
service
DJ Envy on the Breakfast Club do it. He's not doing anything free. That costs money. Like,
Is
I'm
that
not
really an issue in America
That's
that
what
we
I'm
need to
trying to figure out. How to
nip
me
in
at
the
a certain
bud?
point,
I'm sure people are doing that on purpose
like
if they want to.
at a certain point,
Ooh,
flourish, kid.
insurance.
Do what you got to do, man. Like, just have fun. I'm not stopping you, man.
All right, so that's what we learned. Don't ask James to do a PSN.
Especially not for training.
Not for. Please don't try to cross a train track when a train is coming.
We got to go. Hope you guys have a great weekend. Next week, we are back to our normal time, which is 8 o'clock on Monday.
Yep.
Yes.
8 o'clock on Monday. Enjoy the NCAA tournament. Enjoy whatever else trades come out. We'll talk to you on Monday. Have a good weekend.
Sometimes I think
This is Hacker. Join me for the Gator Bites podcast presented by South